Welcome back to 50 Days of Trash. Today is day 13 and we officially passed the 25% mark of our 50 days of getting rid of all this trash. So here today, it's Tuesday, and in my condo, our trash day is Wednesday. So lots of times the day before trash day, I'm trying to clean things out. And last week, what we, fondly call the lost episode, I cleaned out my refrigerator only to realize that I had not turned on my sound. And by the time I realized it, I'd already had thrown everything away. And so that's the lost episode. But today we get revenge because today we're going to clean out the freezer. And so because of that, to get ready, I think one of the reasons things accumulate in my freezer is you put it in there so it'll last. And it's like, well, it's frozen. It should basically last forever, right? But we all have these situations where we have meat and things like that have freezer burn, that are, there's just no way that it's usable. And, but how long do you keep stuff? So I asked our friends AI, I didn't use ChatGPT on this one, I used Copilot to ask them so that I would have some guideline when we're going through the freezer, which we're going to do here in just a minute. And so here's what they did. They have it in 5 different categories, and I'm going to read through them real quick, and we're going to try. Now, I'm going to tell you, sometimes even stuff in the freezer, it's like, I don't know why it is, but it's like emotional to get rid of it. And I guess when I think about it a little bit, I don't like wasting food. I really don't. I do not like to throw away food. And so that, I guess, is part of the emotion there. But let's kind of go through this list real quick. And here, this is off of AI. I'm not a dietitian. I don't really know. But you got to figure out something. And so these are the guidelines that I got from Copilot of AI on the internet. For category 1, leftovers. Cooked meat and poultry, 2 to 6 months. Soups and stews, 2 to 3 months. Casseroles, 2 to 3 months. So anything longer than that, it's suspect. All right, category number 2, meat and poultry. Raw steaks, chops and roast, 6 to 12 months. Ground meat, 3 to 4 months. Whole chicken or turkey, up to a year. Poultry pieces, 9 months. So right away, that's a little bit of a surprise to me because I would have thought that would be the opposite. If it was cooked, it could last longer, but apparently not. If it's been cooked, it doesn't have the same shelf life. So, all right, category 3, fish and seafood. Lean fish, see, you got to figure out lean fish versus fatty fish. Lean fish, like cod and haddock, 6 to 8 months. Fatty fish, salmon and tuna, 2 to 3 months. And shellfish, 3 to 6 months. All right, category 4. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits, 8 to 12 months. Vegetables, 8 to 12 months. Category 5, baked goods, bread, 3 to 6 months. Cookies and cakes, 2 to 4 months. So one thing that is a good thing to do when you do this, and sometimes I do this, sometimes, most of the time I probably don't, but it's like, especially if you've cooked a casserole or you cook something like that, put a date on it. That way you know when you put it in there. So now it's the moment of truth. We're going to start going through the stuff in my freezer and see what we got. I have a feeling that a lot of stuff is going to be thrown away. So hold on here just a minute. We're going to start pulling it out and we'll see. Hold on. Okay. All right. This is tilapia. And it says use by July of 2021. So I know it's frozen, but it's got to go. This is some turkey bacon that I froze. I don't even know when, but I'm just looking at it and it's freezer burned. It's got to go. All right, next. Frozen vegetables. Now, I bought these frozen, so, I mean, I got to admit, when I buy them frozen, it's like, well, you know, they're frozen. You can keep them forever, right? No. October 2024. So, actually, this one, I don't know when I bought it, but it's not that old, but it's got to go. A frozen pork chop, and it is covered with freezer burn. I mean, there's frost and stuff all over it. It's, you know... No way. Now this one is a little bit harder, but it's got to go. It is, let me see if I can even find the date on it. It is some ribs, and I can't even find the date on it, but it's been in there a long, long time. And that's hard. I mean, because one, I like ribs. Two, ribs are expensive. And three, we're throwing away food. So, all right, those are all going to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get out my trash can. We're going to just stick them in there right now. Do it before I try to talk myself out of it. All right. Moving on. Now this is all right. I just bought this last week. So this is frozen fish fillets. And, oh man. All right. So these are okay. These are some peas. I bought them when I was making pot pie, and you don't need all of them. You use about half of them, so I kept half of them. But they're good until January 2026, so I get to keep those. All right, remember I said it's a good idea to date your things? I dated this one, and it was put in there in August of 2021. So it is long past due. This was some sweet potatoes, a sweet potato casserole I made. It's really good casserole, by the way, but it's got to go. So what else do we got in here? All right. I'm not going to pull all of these out. I've got 4 of these. These were, but I made these at Christmas. So I've got another month or 2 of these. What they are is I made stuffing. We were having a turkey, and the stuffing, we made them like muffins. So when I was done with it, I individually wrapped each one of the muffins, and then I put them in a little plastic thing. Remember the plastic things I threw out the other day? Here are the clear ones that I keep. So I get to keep those. All right, I have a butterball turkey. I get to keep this one too. I got this one just before Christmas. I'm planning to cook this. I was thinking about this week, but it's probably going to have to be next week. But this is, you know, I have all these food allergies, and so I mainly eat turkey. Turkey, I really don't eat beef. I have to watch how much chicken I eat. I eat pork too, but mainly turkey. And it's hard to find turkey except around the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Sometimes they'll have some at Easter, and so I generally, when I can, I'll buy 1 or 2 extra to keep in the freezer because they're very hard to find. So I get to keep this one. Oh, these are like some frozen hash browns. And these are pretty recent also. they're good until 2026, but they've been opened, so they probably don't last so long. Now, I don't really eat these very much, but I bought them for a casserole, and I'm going to make another one of these casseroles, and so I get to hang on to those. What else do we got in here? More frozen vegetables. And these, I bought these to make a stew, and I never got around to it, I guess. So these expired in April 2023, so they've got to go. Oh man, this one kind of hurts. So I showed you the other turkey. Well, when I make that turkey, I cut it up, and usually I make 1 or 2 dishes, and then I freeze the rest of it so I can use it and stuff later on. And I must have missed this one. It is freezer burned now, so that's got to go. And so one of the other things I'm allergic to is shellfish. And so I bought it's artificial crab. I was trying to think of things that I could eat, and so I was trying to get this, and I was going to make like some crab cakes or something like that with artificial crab, because I could eat that. But anyway, this stuff, let's see if it even has a date on here. I'm sure it does. It was 2021. It's kind of hard to throw that away. Diced ham. Who even knows? This, however, is vacuum sealed. It's frozen and vacuum sealed. And I don't see a date on this. I don't know. That one actually might still be good. All right. Well, I'm going to hold on now. Don't judge me. I'm going to hold on to this one. All right. More frozen vegetables. These are August 2021. Frozen corn, April 2022. More frozen corn, August 2022. More frozen peas, February 2023. Now, I'm going to confess something right now, and that is there have been times where I have bought things like this, and I didn't really care when they expired because I didn't buy them to eat them. I bought them as an ice pack, so that if I needed an ice pack, they make really good ice packs. So, but I actually have some other ice packs in the freezer right now, which I haven't shown you because I guess I don't want to throw them away. So I'm going to get rid of the frozen peas. These expired in 2023. All right. That pretty well does it. I do have several, I have like some ice packs in here and like some ice blocks for a cooler. One other thing I do have in here, which I'm going to throw away. I've had these in there. This is, I mentioned I had cancer. And I had to take some injections for a while. And the injections had to be frozen. And you would freeze them and then you take them out and you'd let them thaw in the refrigerator one at a time so that you could, it was an injection I had to give myself. And so my doctors and I stopped this. I kept them in the freezer all these years because, you know, when you're doing that, sometimes you're stopping medicine and then you're picking it up again. The medicine can be expensive, and so I've held on to it. And then the other thing, like we did when I was talking about with the previous, when we talked about getting rid of medicines a while ago, the prescription meds, is you kind of wonder, is it all right to put these in the trash? And these are actually, they're in little vials. And so, so there shouldn't be really any problem at all with these going in the trash. And so these are going in the trash. And you know, in a way, that's kind of a nice thing. That's kind of like putting cancer behind me. It's, you know, so we're going to do it. We're going to put it in the trash. And, man, I got a whole thing of trash here from the freezer. And there's part of me that feels like, oh my gosh, I got to go buy some food. Because, you know, you look in the freezer and you think, if I get snowed in, if there's an emergency, I am good. I've got all this food in there. And you look in it there now, it's pretty empty. But we don't need all this stuff, guys. I mean, I am certainly one. Let's not waste food. Absolutely not. But let's also not eat food that expired. Let's take care of our health. And you know, I guess next time I'm going to try to be a little bit better about using it before it expires. So that's it, guys. I don't know if you're following along. I don't know if you're going to empty out your freezer. If you do, put it in the comments. Tell me what you found, or tell me if you did it. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if you thought, there's no way I'm doing this, whatever it is. This is a no judgment, really, literally no judgment. I just want to get rid of all this trash. And I hope if you're having fun with this and you think somebody else would enjoy it, share it with them. And if you don't want to share it, that's fine, you know. But if you're enjoying it and you enjoyed this, click like if you don't mind. And you might even consider subscribing. And I'm just looking at this and it's like, oh my gosh, I went way over. I try to keep these really short, and this one's like 17 minutes. But there's a lot of trash to go through in there. So anyway, my friends, that's it for today. Day 13 of trash, cleaning out our freezers. And have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow when we throw away some more trash. Take care, everybody.